All right, so let's talk about how easy trading can be, or better yet, how hard it can be. It's all up to you and what you make of it, all right? And how much time and effort that you put into understanding and learning how to day trade the correct way. Now, if you are a position or swing trader, things may be a little bit different for you, all right? I scalp. I'm looking for nice entry points to get in surrounding supply and demand setups. That is areas of aggressive buying and selling. People still ask about, what is supply? What is demand? It's just areas where we can see an influx of aggressive buying or selling coming into the market. I stress this. We are into the new year. So I want to say happy new year starting off to everyone out there who is on their journey or path and looking or searching or researching to find ways to be able to make extra income or to transition from a job in which they will work, currently working at or working in the past, whatever the case is, and they're looking forward to moving forward and making money into this business or creating a business around it. Okay. But there is, comfortability in being able to do so from the comfort of your home and making a business that way. But you have to understand that this is not for everyone. It takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears because there's a lot of time and effort that you put into this because it's an educational thing to where we never stop doing our homework in a sense. It's not one of those things to where you can just stop your 9 to 5, go home, and then repeat that the next day. This thing, when we trade or become day traders, especially scalpers, we're constantly having to go back, making sure that, the strategy is going to carry through from year to year to year to year. All right. So now we're in 2025 and we're still looking for the same efforts of being able to scalp surrounding supply and demand. The number one thing in which everyone really needs to understand, most importantly, is market structure. To me, that's what I feel, because you need to understand which way should you be taking trades, because you don't want to be going against a moving train. I'll talk about that because you will get railroaded. You want to trade with the institutions, the banks, and understand the movement that the market makers are making. Their number one goal is to stop you out. They're there to set up traps, and most times they're after, well, not say most times, all times they're after creating liquidity pools or traps within the market to stop you out. And you have to understand what's going on. That's where structure comes into play. Market structure comes into play so that you understand which way to truly trade. Like today, I took one trade and I'll talk about that. One and done type setups are what's going to be game changer for a lot of people out there that are looking to get into this market. Let me stress that again. It's when we trade, when you're looking to start learning the correct way of trading, you want to just listen to me. I'm trying to say this, okay? Because this is very important. Because I'm guilty of this many years ago, taking multiple setups. I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8, or plus setups a day. That is not the way to do it. Because then you're just really chasing the market. Maybe you take a good setup, you get in, you lose, you win, you lose, you back and forth, right? The name to success in this business, the key to success in this business is really taking 1 to 2 quality setups a day. Let me stress that again and emphasize quality setups. The way I trade, I'm looking for high probability setups, which are quality setups where there is a break of structure, which is the number one thing that I'm looking at or looking for, with an imbalance or gap attached to it. What does that mean? That signifies or tells me that the market moves away from a swing, okay, a zone in which it created a demand or supply zone with lots of influx of a momentum either to the upside or downside. That is the area of supply or demand, the aggressive buying and selling area, but there must be a gap attached to it or imbalance attached to it. Okay, same thing. All right, I'm looking for that, but I have to see what is a breaker structure. Now, if we pay attention to market structure on, say the last several days, we could clearly see the market is making these lower lows and lower highs. What should that tell you? Okay, if you are even a position or swing trader looking at higher base charts, that should tell you that the market is doing what? Selling off to the downside. So should you be going against a moving train, trying to go long when the market is clearly telling you that it is making lower lows and lower highs and it wants to push lower? No, but we do not, we don't know at all points that where the market may want to just kind of turn around. You have to know, okay, so the market made this low right here. Is it ready to start pushing back to the upside? When we start to see that transitional reversal, like what I talk about in so many videos, okay, and those that don't know what I'm talking about, please spend some time watching the video content, okay, watching not just 1 or 2 videos, loads of videos, okay. How do you think are going to be able to find success if you do not educate yourself? This was a long and hard journey for me because I slowly started to educate myself and learn myself. Yes, I watched video content, of course, but I started to really strategize and look and study the markets to see, okay, what is the markets really trying to do? And eventually you'll start to see where the markets are making directional moves. So if you see the market doing something like this, making lower lows and lower highs, where it's breaking structure, meaning breaking and taking out previous lows, and let's say it makes another one like this, it just made another lower high right here, okay, all right, and then it came down and broke this low here. It's breaking structure, but then turns back around, makes a high, followed by a higher low, okay, and then break structure here, break structure here. So what it's doing is now reversing back to the upside, okay? This is a reversal model that you can go off of a diagram. The same thing what you're going to see take place, you know, at key pivotal points where the market is starting to reverse to the upside. This is what I'm looking for on a daily basis before I start looking for my setups. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm looking for a reversal to happen to start going long, but if I see the market where it's not, you know, where it's not taking out key areas, going back to the upside, meaning structural points where this may have been a major low right here, and then it makes this high right here, right? And it's not coming up, taking out swing highs back to the upside and breaking structure, then in my mind, I'm still looking for opportunities to go short. This is what I keep talking about in so many videos, this reversal sign or type of pattern that the market takes or makes when it is, you know, ready to move in a certain direction back to the upside. So pay attention to things like that as well. So this morning, I saw the market pushing lower, okay? I got into a trade in this area here around, I don't know, like 10:05, something like that. But I was looking to see, and I had this area marked up. Lots of you probably saying, looking at this right now, saying, well, this was a low probability supply zone. Yes, it was. But I scaled down to a lower base chart to see if there was a higher probability or high quality setup on my 24 range chart. Again, I'm looking for setups or areas where I'm first marking off a zone off of the higher base chart. 9 times out of 10, I'm looking for high probability setups off of the higher base chart, the 120. I trade range based charts, but this was a low probability setup, and it really didn't pull back, you know, to any key area. This was where the market made a low, and then it made this high. This is a major low right here if it breaks this area. So I did see where it started to do what? Break above this area structure above, 319. Then it made its high, higher low, and higher high. But then what I noticed is that it came back down and took out this minor area structure back to the downside. So I said, okay, let's see what the market is trying to do at this point here. To me, it was more so on a wedge in between a low and a high. It had broken structure to the upside, but then it broke below this area of structure back down to the downside. So I told myself, if it pulls back to some key area, specifically this area right here, you know, and pulls back to this area right here. This is a high probability supply zone. You can see aggressive selling. You see all that aggressive selling, that selling right there. It pulls back to this area right here. Now, this is a high probability zone with a gap or imbalance attached to it. But when the market came up here, it didn't come all the way tick to this zone. It kept pulled back. All right, and then came back a little lower and then broke back to the upside, breaking above this area. So then I saw this area up here. This area was already tested. Most times I don't like to take trades from tested areas. But what I did was I said, okay, I'm looking, and I told myself, if it pulls back to this area, we're above a high volume area here. Again, I like to use the volume profile as a tertiary tool, not meaning that I'm looking to take entries, just because the market is above a high volume area in a weaker point or area of volume that I'm going to go short here. No, but it is one of those things that help me out when I'm just, you know, kind of deciphering or kind of filtering out my setups, okay? But I did notice that this was a low probability setup here on the higher base chart. But I said, okay, let's see if the market reacts. I've said this in the past, the market, just because it's testing an area doesn't mean that it's not going to reject, you know, an area in which it already tested. Now, I wouldn't be doing this if it was looking for an opportunity like this, if it was a low probability or low quality setup off the lower base chart. But the market can test high probability, it could test zones off of a higher base chart and reject them again. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Yep, it came back, it pushed down here, it came back on the wick of this candle here and filled in the gap or imbalance that it made back to the zone here. Pushed down lower, continuously pushed down lower. Then it tested this low probability zone off of the higher base chart. So all I did was I just moved down to see on my lower base chart, you know, what was taking place right there. All right. And most of you know the rest of the strategy and how it works is what we move down to a lower base chart, see if there's a zone inside of this zone here. And I'm looking on the 24 range chart. Okay. Now, maybe you use time-based charts. Maybe you're using something like a 60 and a 5 minute. I'm not sure, but I'm here to tell you that, you know, no matter what charts you're actually using, you know, I can't tell you that, give you in specifics or what time-based charts are comparable with range-based charts. I don't know. For all those out there that are trading tick volume and time charts, I don't know. I strictly only trade range-based charts, and this is what works for me. So this is why on the NASDAQ, I use my 120 and my 24 range chart. 120, higher base chart. 24, entry and lower base chart. So my lower base chart, I was looking for basically a supply area on the inside of this low probability 120 range, zone right here. Okay. Yes, again, it's low probability, but there was a higher probability zone on the lower base chart resting on the inside of this zone right here on the 120. Okay. If that makes sense. Those that have been watching and following the channel, you know what I'm talking about. All right. So I saw that, and the market rejected that area and it pushed to the downside. Now here's the actual trade that I took. I posted it over in Discord, and I do this for all our Discord members. I'm gonna show you right here. This was the trade that I actually took. It was a 20-point scalp on the NASDAQ. If you're interested in joining the Discord channel, the link is down in the description portion of the video below. As well, if you're interested in becoming an elite channel supporter, all right, that's where I really go into detail about, basically breaking things down. You get the whole full-on meat and potatoes, where I'm breaking things down so that you grasp a better understanding of the strategy, things that I'm looking for. Talking about market structure. I did a great video covering market structure for those that are struggling with that. I'm telling you, that is not saying it's the holy grail, but it is king to everything when it comes to trading. Knowing which way to trade is imperatively the most important part to trading. Okay. Again, you don't want to be going against that moving train. So with the elite channel supporter membership, okay, basically what you get are the trade breakdowns. I have tons of videos. It's a private community for a very inexpensive amount of only $6.99. Now, what are you doing? You're supporting my efforts as a content creator. That's what you're doing. And in return, YouTube, which is a YouTube membership program, allows me to give back to my community here on this channel here, trade breakdown videos, or I should say perks and rewards. Okay. And the trade breakdown videos is one of the perks and rewards that you get back. You also get the emojis. You also get the badges. You also get the market structure video that I threw in there, and you also receive the video playlist, which I'm going to be updating here in 2025. That is a list of videos that I feel are pertinent, the ones that are most important, ones that you should actually be watching. But the trade breakdowns really help traders out, and I really appreciate you guys tuning in and with me and leaving me comments and DM saying, Mike, thanks for the trade breakdown videos. They've changed. They helped me grasp a better understanding about the strategy. But I'm not here to push anyone or force anyone to say, hey, you have to understand and learn it from me. You need to spend time on the charts yourself, regardless of the strategies that you're actually learning. Spend some time. You got to back test and forward test. If it's not working for you, then whatever it may be that you're using, then just kind of move on and find something else that's going to work for you. It's hard to show people and get them interested or show them a new way or a new style of doing something because they're stuck maybe in old ways of doing something. So I'm just here to share with you my experience, my journey, and share with you the way that I do it. You don't have to, okay? But anyone who is interested and just trying to understand and maybe even possibly see what the strategy is about, watch some of the private video community, and you want to become part of the elite channel supporter group, the link is down in the description portion of the video. It's only $6.99 a month. Very inexpensive. If it's not working for you, then move on. You haven't lost, you haven't really lost much of anything. That's just a few pennies on the day that add up to be, $7 on the month. That's all it is. Okay. But anyways, I'm not here to try to rob the bank or dig deep in anyone's pockets, or I'm not here to charge thousands of hundreds of dollars for a training or trading program or mentorship. I'm just here to kind of do my part, share my knowledge and information, what works for me, with you guys. Okay. Now this trade that I'm talking about, which I took today, that I showed you over in Discord, 20-point scalp. That was enough for me to trade on the NASDAQ, one and done. We're just starting off into the new year. And again, happy New Year's to everyone out there. But I will be breaking this trade down in detail to all those who are the elite channel supporter group. I'll be making a video on that today and then posting it in that community. So if you are an elite channel supporter, thank you for everyone out there. Again, you will have access to this sometime today when I record that video and break things down so that you understand. And doing so in these videos, I talk about where to place stop loss. I'll talk about and why, where to take profit at, you guys know what I'm talking about, who are the elite channel supporters. So I appreciate you guys really supporting the channel and, just doing your part, and really, believing in the system, the process, the strategy as a whole. All right. If it doesn't work for you, I've always tell you guys, move on, find something else that does. If you're trading other types of charts, then that's fine just as well. But this is how I do it, as far as day trading and making a living each and every day, which pays the bills and it makes an income doing this. But again, this is not for everyone. And if you're into this business and really just trying to think you're going to make some quick money and get out, then you're in the wrong business. You need to find something else to get into, because the worst thing that you want to see happen is take your hard-earned money or savings, dump it into this few $1,000s, and then just think you're going to start making some quick money overnight. That's not how it works. Trust me when I say that. The best piece of advice I can give anyone, which I'm still going to make a video on, is about starting off small. And I recommend anyone out there who's a beginner, trade with the micros, because you're not leveraging as much. You're not making a crazy amount, but isn't it better to compound an account knowing that you can make a little bit on the day, which helps grow your small account, and be risking less in doing so? Meaning you're only leveraging a very small percentage of capital on the line when you're taking these trades. Yes, that makes sense to me. What about you? Okay, guys? But outside of that, if you guys love this channel, if you are a first-time viewer, go ahead and subscribe if you're watching for the first time. Click on the subscribe button right now. Make sure to turn your post notifications on by clicking the bell once you do so. And that's pretty much all I have. Again, if you're interested in joining the Discord, the link is down in the description portion of the video. If you're interested in becoming an elite channel supporter, the link is right below that link in the description portion of the video. I'm going to go ahead and get off here today. I appreciate everyone tuning in. If you would do me the biggest favor, before you jump off and click off the video, make sure to click that like button, that thumbs up button. It helps the video content, okay? It helps me get the video content out to groups of people who are interested in, maybe understanding market structure, understanding supply and demand, or understanding the style of how I trade, okay? But that's all I have. Appreciate it. Take care. See everyone in the next one.